And I welcome you to the 86th annual meeting of Minnesota Valley Electric Cooperative. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, as we begin our meeting, I would like everyone to stand, and we will start by honoring our great nation with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we will also start this meeting the same way we begin each of our monthly board meetings, by reading MVEC's Spirit of our Cooperative document. This was created by MVEC team members and is a standard that we hold ourselves accountable to in our lives and in our work. Please welcome Board Director Fran Barker, District 3, to the podium as she shares with you the words of the Spirit of our Cooperative. Fran?
Believing in our shared values, we, the team members of Minnesota Valley Electric Cooperative, commit to live by the following spirit of the co-op. Community. We are unique and valuable individuals, unified by a common goal, which is service to our members and one another. We are involved and support each other and have fun. Integrity. We are honest, trustworthy, and trusting. Learning. We study, teach, reflect, and gain experience to prepare ourselves and the organization for a better future. We keep an open mind and explore new ideas in a positive way. Fair process. We participate in decisions that affect us, have fair expectations, and communicate why decisions are made. We then move on and direct ourselves to common goals. Relationships. We are respectful and understanding with each other, asking for what we need and resolving our differences in an open, positive, and direct way. Action. We are united in our shared vision and go forward into the changing future, building courage and confidence in one another. Safety and wellness. We focus on the importance of MVEC employees by promoting a culture of safety and wellness at the cooperative. We live our spirit of our cooperative, take responsibility for our actions, and hold each other accountable for the results.
Thank you so much, Fran. Well, at this time, I would like to acknowledge MVEC's Operation Roundup program, which complements our Spirit of our Cooperative creed. We thank our members who continue to round up their monthly electric bills to the next full dollar to support this program. You know, combined, that extra change really adds up and goes to many local worthy causes within our communities. Since 1995, the total donation amount has exceeded $2 billion. So I'd like to personally thank Operation Roundup's trustees for all of their efforts, and we will name them. First, John Miller, President of Henderson. I know John's here. And, so John is here. Dwayne Glenn, Board Vice President of Lakeville. Connie Meeker, Secretary Treasurer of Greenhive. Connie is here tonight. Diana Bernke of Belle Plaine. Diana is here. Paul Jacobus of Credit River. Dick Peterson of Belle Plaine. Dick is here. Carol Reagan of Shakopee. And Jean Swart of Elysian. And I now invite Dick Peterson of the ORM Trust Board to come to the stage for a special presentation to the Belle Plaine Baseball Association. Dick, come on up.
Good evening. Operation Roundup awarded ball playing baseball, amateur baseball, a check for $3,500 to assist them in supporting the upcoming tournament in 2024 that will be coming to Belle Plaine, the amateur baseball tournament. And with me today, I have Brad Schultz, who is the president of the Belle Plaine Amateur Baseball Association. And Brad Schultz, who is the treasurer of the Baseball Association. Both of them are MVEC members, and both of them are Roundup members. And the Schultz family has been part of MVEC for a long time, and about 4 generations of amateur baseball in Belle Plaine. So it was an exciting thing for us to do that. And it'd be an exciting thing for baseball to come to the area, teams all over the state. I'm going to give our check to the president of the and I think Pat is going to say a few words about the upcoming tournament.
Just kind of wanted to mention we have the amateur baseball state tournament next summer. It's a pretty big deal. We've had it here in Belle Plaine, Jordan, probably every 10 years of the last 40, 50 years. We're really excited to have it next year again. We're co-hosting Belle Plaine, Jordan, and now this year. 80 teams come into the area. It's 3 weekends, Labor Day weekend and 2 weekends before. And it's a pretty big deal in the community, especially our small town communities like Belle Plaine and Jordan. We really kind of use the tournament to help the baseball program, but also all the community programs in Belle Plaine and Jordan, whether it's the food shelf, the Vets Club, the Lions Club, the choir, all the things that they all help us with the program or with the tournament, and we like to give money back to them with the proceeds and everything. So it's really a cool thing. We hope to see lots of you out there in Belle Plaine and Jordan. It's a pretty fun tournament. It's next summer, 2024. It's the 101st annual first grade tournament, so it's a pretty big deal in the communities. Again, it's like I said, 80 teams will be coming in, and we usually end up with 15,000, 20,000 fans over the weekend. It's a pretty fun opportunity. So we thank you for the money that kind of helps us improve our ballpark, and we're doing a bunch of things in the community as well. We like to have top-notch facilities for the tournament, and it's a nice way to help us with the tournament with the field. So thank you guys, and thank you again. Appreciate it.
Also the head baseball coach of Belle Plaine Tiger High School team.
Thank you, Dick, and thanks to the representatives of Belle Plaine Baseball. Also like to take this opportunity to thank Great River Energy, one of our wholesale power providers, for their annual contribution of $1,000 to our Operation Roundup program. And now it's my pleasure to introduce your present board of directors, and if you would please stand as I call your name. From District 1, Deb Erickson of Savage. Tom Wolf of Credit River. And yours truly, Brent Lawrence of Credit River. From District 2, Gary Haberman of Chanhassen. Bill Heinlein of Chanhassen. And Rose with us tonight. And also Michelle Morrison from Belle Plaine. And from District 3, Fran Barton, who you've met before from Union Point. Jim Connolly of St. Thomas. Now, District 3 is the only MVEC district with an election race this year. The winner of the race will replace Director Frank Barton of Union Hill, who has announced a retirement from the board after 11 years of service. So, tonight, our presenters are Mark Sugden, our attorney, Marvin Denzer, our Chief Executive Officer, and Jerry Merrick, financial consultant. And I know we have some special guests in the audience tonight. Dave Holt from our auditing firm of Brady Marks, and Chad Eisenhower, Director of Community and Member Relations at Basin Power Electric Cooperative. And we really appreciate both Dave and Chad being here tonight. We'd like to thank the Jordan School District for allowing us to use their beautiful facility and for their sound booth help tonight. We appreciate that. And of course, I'd like to thank each of our members attending tonight. Thank you for coming, and thank you for coming to learn more about your cooperative. So at this time, I will officially call the meeting to order. The meeting is being recorded and will be posted to MVEC's website very soon. Let the minutes reflect a quorum of 50 members is met. That is a combination of mailed-in votes received and members present tonight. A meeting notice of the annual meeting was published in the Electric Eye newsletter, was posted online and at the office, and was mailed to membership. So, the minutes of the 2022 annual meeting were available at registration. Do we have any questions on the minutes? And seeing none, the minutes will stand approved as printed. And now, I'm pleased to introduce Marvin Denzer, MVEC's newly appointed CEO. Marvin has been with MVEC for 31 years, most recently as Chief Operating Officer and Vice President of Engineering and Operations. Marvin will provide an overview of your cooperative for the year 2022. Something new this year are video reports representing the cooperative's various departments. Marvin.
Thank you, Brandon. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see so many familiar faces out there tonight. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Marvin Denzer, and on behalf of the MVEC team, welcome to the 86th annual meeting of Minnesota Valley Electric Cooperative. This is my 31st annual meeting, but the first one we had at the podium. I'm excited and proud to continue to serve the cooperative in my new role as CEO. And I thank the Board of Directors and fellow team members for their confidence in me. The meeting tonight is our annual opportunity to provide you, our member owners, with an overview of the cooperative's 2022 performance. I'll be starting the evening with some comments about energy challenges, as well as some positive news about the cooperative's growth this past year. Last summer, there were discussions about rolling blackouts, also known as planned outages, that ration power supply during times of high demand. Fortunately, this did not happen in our service area. MISO, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, acts as an air traffic controller for our region's energy grid. MISO performed well and ensured our region and our cooperative had adequate power generation. Members participating in EnergyWise programs or generator programs played a key part to ensure the cooperative had adequate power available. These load management programs help MVEC reduce high-cost energy peaks, avoid paying high electricity costs, and maintain power grid balance. In exchange, participating members receive lower electric rates or a monthly bill discount. In 2022, inflation and supply chain issues throughout the energy industry caused unusual high prices in the power and natural gas markets. The cost of natural gas directly impacts our industry. Extreme weather, hot or cold can stress the electrical grid, and current world economic conditions have impacts on the energy markets. Government mandates for renewables energy play a big part in electricity costs. Last month, Minnesota passed a law that establishes a carbon-free electricity mandate. This means Minnesota will get 100% of its power from carbon-free sources by the year 2040. While we all agree clean energy is ideal, it does come at a cost. MVEC will continue to monitor the energy transition in a manner that manages cost and ensures reliability. Due to rising costs, MVEC hired an independent power consultant to conduct a rate study on the co-op's behalf. The cost of service study ensures all rates are fair and equitable between member owners. We understand there is no good time for a rate increase. The study found that it's necessary to adjust rates in 2023 to adequately recover the cooperative's costs and to ensure reliable energy is delivered to you, your home or business. As of your March 1st, 2023 electric bill, the monthly basic service charge has increased from $10 to $15 for residential members. This change is the first rate increase that's been adjusted since 2016. Since that time, the price of almost all goods and services that MVEC utilizes to run the cooperative has increased. Just one example, the cost of the distribution transformer is up 70% from past years. I want to assure you, MVEC remains competitive with local utilities, including Xcel Energy and the surrounding municipals. MVEC service area is fortunate to see continual growth with new homes and businesses. We added 1,590 new homes in 2022, including 788 new members in the Prior Lake area, thanks to a successful transfer of customers and members with the state of Shakopee. The Minnesota Public Utilities Commission approved a plan where MVEC exchanged 251 members in Jackson Township for 788 Shakopee customers northwest of Prior Lake. There were 17 new housing developments with 840 building lots that went up in our service area in 2022. This growth provides economies of scale. In other words, it's more efficient and cost-effective for MVEC to serve 50 homes on a mile of line than it is just to serve 10. 86 years after we were established, MVEC now has over 46,400 services. Now for something different this year. Several MVEC team members will give video reports of the respective area at the cooperative. We believe showing you our department's activities and accomplishments firsthand is very important.
Hi, my name is Chad Burns. I'm the Director of Safety and Environmental Compliance with MVEC. I have 13 years of electric utility safety experience, which helps me promote one of our core values, safety. We focus on the importance of team members by promoting a culture of safety and wellness at the club.
To help with MVEC's safety focus, we regularly hold training sessions for our line crews, technicians, and office staff pertinent to their respective areas and duties. Bringing all team members together is equally important to continually develop and maintain our safety culture. In the office, MVEC invests in safety equipment to stay current with OSHA and industry standards. We remain compliant through safety inspections, our facilities, systems, equipment, and team members. In addition to investment and inspections, a focus exists around safety awareness both on and off the clock. Creating that culture of safety starts at home, where we can all be more aware, be it around a ladder, working with power tools, or in the harsh conditions Minnesota has to offer. If our awareness becomes part of our everyday lives, it creates a safe environment for all. This is accomplished by consistently communicating between all areas of the cooperative: finance, member services, energy services, engineering, and operations. Communication gives MVEC the opportunity to discuss job planning and successful completion from start to finish.
to provide reliable energy safely. This helps us achieve the ultimate goal of getting everyone home safe at the end of each day. Sadly, one day in May of last year, one member of the MVEC crew did not go home due to a tragic accident. As we continue to remember and honor our coworker, friend, and brother Tanner, the work must go on. Through lessons learned from that accident, team members make sure the work goes on safely.
My name is Sarah Peterson, and I've been with MVEC for 8 years, currently serving as the manager of engineering. As a department, the engineering team oversees the planning, building, maintenance, reliability, and system improvement of the co-op's distribution grid. In layman's terms, that means we ensure that the power safely gets to the right person or place every time they turn on lights. Specifically, one of engineering's critical roles each year at the co-op is planning and executing the construction work plan. In 2022, we had perhaps our best year ever in that respect. Through a variety of process improvements, contracting, close management, and project costs, our 2022 goals were completed on time, under budget by over 10%, and without any associated outages. We did this despite lofty goals with a nearly $15 million budget. The 2022 work plan included a rebuild of 11 miles of line between the center and Montgomery, relocation of lines for the Highway 212 project, and upgrades of 3 miles of line near Victoria. We also had a few large projects upgrading equipment at the new Craig and Jesselyn substations. Of course, our work plan includes new builds as well. With our service area exchange for Shakopee Public Utilities, MVEC doubled its new services from 2021, tallying nearly 1,600 new members. Outside of our newly added Shakopee homes, there were 17 development projects completed in 2022, totaling about 840 lots. We are fortunate to be in an area of Minnesota that continues to have growth. Despite ongoing supply chain issues, we're optimistic 2023 will be another successful year with upgrades to the St. Thomas, Assumption, and Victoria substations in the works. In addition, major line upgrades near the Zinran substation and a large road move on Highway 169 impacting the Miriam substation are also planned for this year.
Good evening, I'm Mike Deans, Operations Manager at MVEC. I've been with the co-op in various roles since 1988. The operations department includes linemen, substation and meter technicians, warehouse personnel, mechanics, and our dispatch center. Our team works 24/7 to physically build and maintain a safe and reliable electrical system, and quickly but safely restore power. Adverse conditions usually exist during storms. It's not a job, but very hard.
2022 had its challenges. Like Sarah mentioned, for example, in the areas of supply chain quantities and inflation, our fuel budget for transportation is almost twice the amount it was 2 years ago. Transformers that you see outside your homes and bucket trucks we use to build and maintain our system require 2 years lead time to purchase. Fortunately, we've been proactive with our equipment needs and have some of these already on the way. Maintaining the grid is critical to keeping your electric service safe and reliable. Our vegetation management program is key. Tree branches falling on power lines due to storms or age are one of the largest causes of outages. In 2022, the club spent $2.5 million on tree trimming and weed spray. Utility technology and automation continues to progress. From our control center, we can monitor the flow of electricity across our system, and when necessary, change the flow of electricity. This is important when we need to switch members served by one substation to a nearby substation, when repairs or restoration efforts are made. Our 11-month project last summer links the Lee Center and Montgomery substations for this very purpose. We were happy to have the help of a GIS intern last summer to work on a drone research project. GIS stands for Geographical Information Systems. Adding a drone to our field operations will give us an accurate and safe aerial view of our service territory and field inventory inspections. With a reliable map of our service area and equipment integrated with our entire system, it can help lessen the length of outages or even prevent them.
Good evening, I'm Terry Bacher, Vice President of Member Services. I've been a part of Minnesota Valley Electric's team for the past 22 years. MVEC's mission is to create exceptional member experiences while safely providing reliable energy at cost. The Member Service Department is the front line of communications with our members.
Daily, we have an opportunity for discussions on rate options, energy savings, payment programs, rebates, outage communications, and nearly every other topic that touches the co-op. Engaging with you, our members, is important. If you call during the day, you'll talk to a real person, who in many cases is an MVEC member too. After office hours, our website and Smart Hub are tools that help you do business with us 24/7, 365. In 2022, Minnesota Valley received an American Customer Service Index score of 87 out of a maximum score of 100 points. This is rating our customer satisfaction. MVEC score is higher than all 2022 investor-owned utility scores and places MVEC 15 points higher than the average investor-owned utility score of 72, as well as 14 points higher than the municipal utility score of 73. Community connection is one of our core values. Scholarship awards, youth tour leadership experiences, community celebrations, Operation Roundup, and individual volunteer endeavors are all great ways Minnesota Valley gives back to our local communities.
Hi, I'm Brady Allen, Human Resource Director for Minnesota Valley Electric Cooperative. I've been working with the MVEC team for the past 7 years. Minnesota Valley isn't your ordinary utility. We are guided by principles that put the needs of our members, staff, and communities first. In recent years, Minnesota Valley has had loyal staff with many years of experience start their retirement journey. This generational changeover brings MVEC new opportunities with recruiting. Last year alone, we hired 16 new full-time team members and are on track to onboard 10 in 2023. In 2018, Minnesota Valley developed a successful summer college internship program. This program has built a great partnership with local students in 4-year colleges and universities. Students gain real-life job experience from us, and they bring a fresh new perspective to Minnesota Valley. It's been a win-win opportunity for everyone.
Good evening. I'm Ryan Beatty, Vice President of Energy Services. I joined MVEC in 2022. For 20 years, I worked in energy across the West and in DC. I'm excited to return to the Midwest, where I grew up, to build a more efficient economy powered by a clean and modern energy system.
We are in the midst of substantial change in the way we produce, distribute, and use energy. MVEC's vision is to be a trusted energy partner, loyal to the community, now and for future generations. We aim to be the energy expert you can count on for reliable and affordable energy services, your source for energy programs and technologies, and to provide information to support your energy decisions. In 2022, both Wi-Fi thermostat and electric vehicle charging program installations had record years with 879 and 149 enrollments respectively. Overall, over 44% of our members participate in one or more of our EnergyWise programs, one of the highest rates in the country. These programs help members like you save with rebates or lowered electric rates, help the cooperative as a whole save money by shifting the use of electricity from peak times, avoid buying higher priced electricity, and support grid reliability. In 2022, both the Wi-Fi thermostat and electric vehicle charging program installations had record years, with 879 and 149 enrollments respectively. Overall, over 44% of our members participate in one or more of our EnergyWise programs, one of the highest rates in the country. These programs help members like you save with rebates or lower electric rates, help the cooperative as a whole save money by shifting the use of electricity from peak times, avoid buying higher-priced electricity, and support grid reliability. Despite last summer's forecast concerns over energy supply with our region's balancing authority, the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, which ensures energy supply and demand match. MVEC and MISO performed well, thanks in part to your participation in EnergyWise and distributed generation programs. These programs save you and the membership while supporting grid reliability. Thank you for participating in these programs.
I have the existing MVC employees that are here. Please stand up. Without them, I'm probably 85 more people here tonight. I want to thank them for all their hard work throughout the year.
Maybe this one works now. Oh, maybe they turned it down. I bet that was it. Well, you're live now.
All right, back to the script, Susan. Thank you to all team members who provided the department reports. It's important to know all departments work together safely to deliver reliable energy at cost. There are many other MVC team members beyond the faces you saw tonight. I want to thank everyone on MVEC's team for their commitment to provide our member owners with reliable power, exciting innovations, and exceptional member service while displaying accountability and integrity. I'd also like to thank our board of directors for guiding the cooperative and balancing necessary investments in people and plans while continuing to look out for our members' best interests. And finally, thank you to you, our member owners, for attending tonight. We hope our presentations have given you new insight into how the cooperative operates and how, despite challenging times, we are always looking out for you, our member owner. That concludes my presentation tonight. Thank you, and at this time, I'd like to introduce our financial consultant, Jerry Merritt, to the podium to give an overview of MVEC's 2022 financials.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Marvin. With tonight's presentation, I'll cover some highlights of the 2022 balance sheet and income statement. The balance sheet is the first topic, starting with assets, or what MVEC owns. The largest asset is plant investments, things such as poles, wires, substations, all used to serve new and existing membership. This grew by $7.9 million in 2022. The second largest category is patronage capital, allocated to MVEC by our power suppliers. These dollars are paid to the cooperative at a future determined date. Patronage capital grew by $2.7 million. Current assets consist of cash, accounts receivable, and inventory, which can vary from year to year, primarily due to the timing of when electric bill payments are received and the timing of when inventory is secured for future construction. Other assets consist primarily of deferred revenue recovery, of WPCA, otherwise known as wholesale power cost adjustment. These dollars that will be collected during 2023. I'll cover this a bit more when reviewing the liability and equity section of the balance sheet. Let's take a little bit deeper look into Minnesota Valley's largest asset, plant investments. Growth of the electric grid continued in 2022. The co-op's plant value, which is net of depreciation, has now reached $163 billion. So balancing liability while managing total spending is reviewed annually with long-range plans that can span multiple years. Average cost per kilowatt hour remains 35% below that of similar-sized co-ops across the U.S. This keeps the cost to deliver portion of your electric bill minimally impacted. The other side of the balance sheet, liabilities and equity, or what Minnesota Valley owes. Current and accrued liabilities increased by $20 million. Most of this increase was due to short-term borrowing needs from the co-op's line of credit as we awaited long-term funding from the Rural Utility Service. The interest rate on line of credit borrowing is just under 6%. The largest portion of this side of the balance sheet is long-term debt, long-term obligations or debt. The balance reduced in 2022 and represents Minnesota Valley's annual principal payments. This past month, however, Minnesota Valley secured its long-term funding, which carries a much lower interest rate, and then is used to pay off the line of credit dollars, as I just noted. Deferred credits increased by $554,000. This line represents former members of Minnesota Valley, which we have tried to issue a capital credit check to. However, the co-op is currently unable to locate them. If these dollars remain unclaimed, funds are then donated to area community organizations, including funding for Minnesota Valley scholarships. Rate stabilization represents the co-op's reserve dollars, which is used to help avoid or minimize rate increases to your monthly electric bill. In 2022, Minnesota Valley used up its entire rate stabilization reserve to help achieve its margin requirements per the Rural Utility Regulatory Rules. Use of these dollars was driven by power cost increases in 2022 of $11.5 million. $11.5 million, sorry. So with this large dollar impact, and with the use of the co-op stabilization, there still remains $6.8 million of WPCA yet to be recovered as of year-end 12/31/22. So to minimize this impact to you, the board approved changing the pass-through of this WPCA from a 3-month to a 12-month rolling window, which started July of 2022 and will finish by the year-end of 2023. Equity, or member ownership, grew by $3.7 million, which represents 2022 margins less the 2022 capital credit retirements. Co-ops across the country have average equity levels of about 46%. Minnesota Valley maintains member equity at only 34%. So you might ask, why are we so much lower? Well, higher equity typically means higher electric rates. Minnesota Valley still paid out $1.8 million in capital credits in 2022, with a total of $30 million since 1959. But with using more debt to manage the cooperative's business model, Minnesota Valley puts less pressure on the need to raise rates. The last one, again, as mentioned earlier, was in 2016. That said, the co-op's total long-term debt of $124 million carries a blended interest rate of just 2.8%. Therefore, by using debt to leverage business needs, Minnesota Valley will have lower equity, but it also means the lowest electric rate possible to you as the member. Now let's shift over to the operating statement. Total revenues increased by nearly $13 million. The primary driver was the additional kilowatt sales, use of the cooperative's rate reserve fund to help achieve margin requirements, and the recognition of the large WPCA as noted during the balance sheet review. Collectively, this caused average revenue per kilowatt hour to increase from 10.7 to Wholesale power costs, that increased by $11.5 million. This was heavily impacted by energy market price increases during 2022. Collectively, this caused the average power cost per kilowatt hour to increase from 7.2 to 8.4 cents year to year. So power cost remains Minnesota Valley's most significant annual expense, with approximately 71% of the revenue collected to pay for this purchased power. To think of it another way, for every dollar each member spends on their power bill, approximately 71 cents is used to pay for purchased power. Minnesota Valley team members focus on ways to manage purchased power costs by balancing risk with a diversified portfolio. Local operating expense, along with depreciation, interest, and taxes, grew by $1.5 million. It represents approximately 29 cents of each dollar paid to operate the co-op. Minnesota Valley has been able to manage the cost per kilowatt hour at just 3.4 cents per kilowatt hour, or about 10% below similar sized co-ops. This pie chart provides a better look at Minnesota Valley's cost structure. As indicated earlier, remember that 71 cents of every dollar spent by MVEC represents wholesale purchased power. You would see these costs on your electric bill as the cost to generate and transmit power. The remaining 29 cents is broken up into many different categories, with the majority of dollars going to support the distribution system, maintenance and operations, in addition to the depreciation, interest and taxes on our electric grid. These costs are shown on your power bill as the cost to deliver power. As Marvin noted earlier, Minnesota Valley rates continue to compare favorably across local power providers such as Xcel, and also when compared to neighboring municipalities. Offering competitive and stable rates is of primary importance to Minnesota Valley's team, certainly your board of directors, and certainly to you, the member. This is our commitment. Historically, the co-op has provided reliable electric service at competitive prices. We certainly know electric costs are changing, higher fuel costs, infrastructure needs, supply chain issues, and energy policy, just to name a few. This not only impacts Minnesota Valley, but all utilities across the U.S. Your co-op consistently looks for new and smarter ways to minimize the effects of rate adjustments by managing the business model effectively to prepare for times like this. And Minnesota Valley offers many programs and services, primarily with its Energy-Wise platform, to help you manage your electric bill now and into the future. And that concludes my report. I will turn it back to you, Rich. Thank you to Marvin, and thank you to Jerry. Are there any questions regarding the presentations tonight? All right, we have a question. Sir, if you would come down to the microphone and so that everyone can hear that question, we would appreciate it. And I believe that microphone is on. So go right down there, sir. Right, yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, so we just heard a little bit about the financials of the company and how much our power costs are per kilowatt hour. I was wondering if you could provide further granularity on how much the renewables are going to cost the cooperative members in order to meet this EIC, for example, in the 2040 as the presentation was open. What is the average cost that we're buying this renewable power from?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Good question. Who on the exec team would like to answer that? Looks like Mr. Denzer is going to answer that.
I do not have a breakdown of what's renewable
Great, thank you. Stay here. We might have another one. Yes, sir. Your question, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great presentation. I'm Dan John, and Savage. We've been member owners for 22 years.
Thank you.
And appreciate it. It's terrific. And we are one of the 47% that really taken great advantage of the energy-wise meter savings we get from that, contributing to great reliability and resilience. Yeah, we have geothermal. Put that in when we get the house. Actually, just our water heater went out this year, and we purchased a new heat pump water heater. It's working great, and that is also on the energy-wise meter. But there's still, more than half of us that somehow don't qualify for those kind of savings and contributing to our grid resilience and lowering our need for energy. I know last year we spoke with some folks from MVEC about maybe piloting a program for lower and modern income folks, actually try to get them energy retrofits. And I didn't hear that addressed today. I wonder where that program lies and if there are other programs in the future that will actually get, the majority of us who don't qualify or can't afford some of these things that we put in our house to get them on this program so we can all benefit from their savings as well.
All right, thank you. Arvin, who,
But we do offer energy-wise rates to all members, so it's their choice to go on those programs. As you mentioned, we have electric and water heating load that we get a reduced cost for. We also have low income, and there's extra $1,000 in that low income pot as well. And Terry kind of runs that area, so I'll let her speak a little bit more details about that.
So we do have some low-income programs where we allow the member to do energy-efficient upgrades to certain items within their home. Did you belong with, what was the organization that you belonged with?
Well, yeah, we're pretty eco-friendly.
Okay, okay.
We talked with Ryan and Ryan last year about some programs, and I think we heard he was looking to go with a program that was supposed to do some deep retrofits of certain homes to pilot that to see how that worked. And haven't put any results of that that might be addressed tonight. Just wanted to that program mentioned because we heard there was a commitment to do something like that by.
Come see me afterwards.
I'm sorry?
Do you want to come up here, Ryan, so that you can explain this, please?
Sure. Good to see you again. So you are correct. Piloting with last year, a new approach with low income to do deep retrofits, and also look at ways to electrify as well. That pilot's out in the field right now. We got our first numbers we're working with through that program. We're working on installing and screening, and then also building the foundation for what we need to scale that going forward to make it available for more members. So just in the first year, still doing the pilot. It's going well so far. And we'll keep moving it forward.
all right, any other questions before the meeting tonight? Anybody else? And hearing none. We need a motion to approve the 2022 financial report. Do we have a motion? All right, thank you. And a second. And we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. And any opposed? And the ayes have the majority, and the motion carries. Well, at this time, I'd like to take the time to thank Fran Barton at District 3 and Bill Heinlein at District 2 for their years of service to the cooperative on the board of directors. As you may know, Fran announced last fall that she wouldn't be seeking re-election, and Bill Heinlein recently announced his retirement as well. Fran Barton, Bill Heinlein, and I were elected to the MVEC board in 2012. So we were the new directors, all learning the ins and outs of the electricity business together. Fran Barton has been a member focused during her 11 years on the MVEC board. Her background in agriculture and experience in operating a woman-owned business been Bill Heinlein's lifelong career in operations at Control Data, now Seagate, helped us all to have a better understanding of our commercial and industrial members. You know, when you serve with folks for 11 years, you get to know them well. And speaking for all of us, it has been a sincere pleasure to know and work with them. And now ask for a round of applause for Fran and Bill, recognizing their And I would also like to thank the entire MVEC team. I know Marvin did it earlier, but for all they do with the cooperative. Your efforts are appreciated. Thank you for the exceptional service to our members. Now, well, now the fun part of the program, and this is the awarding of our scholarship certificates. As has been our tradition for the past 14 years, MVEC is awarding 15 $1,000 scholarships to graduating high school seniors. 5 scholarships per MVEC district were randomly selected prior to this evening. Now, the money for scholarships is largely funded through MVEC's unclaimed capital credits. And this is money that would otherwise be claimed by the state of Minnesota. And we feel, and we think you would agree, that the unclaimed money should be awarded to member students instead of forfeited to the state of Minnesota. So that's what we do. Students who are here tonight, please stand as I call your name by the district in which you reside, and please, audience, hold their applause until all names are read. So our scholarship recipients in District 1 are Molly Murray of Burnsville High School. And I'm not sure if Molly is here, but if she is, she will be standing up. Molly plans to attend the University of Wisconsin at Eau Claire. Our next winner in District 1, Sydney Pearson of Prior Lake High School. And Sydney plans on attending North Dakota State University. Our third, Stella Schoenfelder of Lakeville South High School. Stella plans to attend the University of South Dakota State University. Next, Avery Schrader of Prior Lake High School. Avery plans to attend Gonzaga University of Washington State. And Ty Sebesta of New Break High School. Ty plans to attend the University of Minnesota at Duluth. Now, in District 2, we have Alexandra Kakacha of Chanhassen High School. Alexandra plans to attend the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. Emma McDaniel of Chanhassen High School. Emma plans to attend the University of Kentucky. Andrew Siegel of Belle Plaine is our third winner in District 2. Andrew plans to attend the University of St. Thomas and St. Paul. Harold Traxler of Sibley East High School. Harold plans to attend Iowa State University. And our fifth winner in District 2 is Hannah Vandergun of Chaska High School. Hannah plans to attend the University of Wisconsin at Eau Claire. And in District 3, our first winner is Noah Danhuser of Jordan High School. Noah plans to attend the University of Minnesota in Duluth. Ryan Glynn of Prior Lake High School. There's Ryan, who plans to attend Winona State University. Maria Lopresto of Prior Lake High School. Maria plans to attend the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul. Olivia Rohr of Jordan High School. Olivia is planning to attend either Winona State University or the University of Wisconsin at La Crosse. And our last winner, Jordan Wires of Tri-City United High School. Jordan plans to attend the University of Wisconsin at Madison. And we also have a $1,000 academic scholarship awarded from one of our wholesale power providers, that's Basin Electric Power Cooperative in Bismarck, North Dakota. Basin will be selecting a recipient on our behalf in the coming weeks, and we thank Basin for providing this scholarship opportunity to our members. So congratulations, students, and let's have a round of applause. And at this time, students that are here, if you would please follow Dan with the camera. There's Dan with the camera, so if you would follow Dan, taking pictures of the students that are here tonight, so we appreciate that. So next, I'd like to tell you MVEC's Youth Tour Program, Brandon Bush. If you would please join me up front on the stage. More than 1,800 students from U.S. Electric Cooperatives take part in the Youth Tour each year. The leadership trip to Washington, D.C. gives young people the opportunity to learn more about electric cooperatives, our country's history, explore museums, memorials, and monuments, make friendships that last a lifetime, and be part of a group that has more than 50,000 alumni from the past 60 years in every walk of life. I'm happy to introduce you to MVEC's 2023 Youth Tour representative, Brandon Savage, is a junior at Prior Lake High School. He'll join 40 other students from our state electric cooperatives and travel to D.C. this June. Brandon, congratulations. We can't wait to hear about your Youth Tour experience. And Ava Jews of Chandler High School was chosen as our runner-up. Next, do we have any unfinished business to come before this meeting? Any unfinished business? All right. Any new business to come before this meeting? Any new business? And hearing none, we may proceed. And now I will invite Mark Sugden, MVEC attorney, to present the 2023 director election results.
Good evening. Every year, one board seat in each of MVEC's 3 voting districts is open for election. Notices for candidate filing were made beginning with the November issue of the Electric Eye newsletter, with a January 17, 2023 deadline to file. This year, District 3 had a race for its board seat, while in District 1 and District 2, the incumbents ran unopposed. Ballots were mailed to the membership in February. Voting is also available here on site tonight. The ballots have been received and tallied by a third-party vendor, Survey and Ballot Systems of Eden Prairie, who has provided me with the following election results. In District 1, incumbent candidate Brent Lawrence ran unopposed. Under MVEC's bylaws, Brent can be elected by acclamation, a voice vote, by the members of District 1. All those in favor of re-electing Brent Lawrence to the District 1 seat, say aye. All opposed, say no. The yes votes have the majority, and the motion carries. In District 2, incumbent candidate Michelle Morrison also ran unopposed. Under MVEC's bylaws, Michelle can be elected by acclamation, voice vote, by the members of District 2. All those in favor of re-electing Michelle Morrison to the District 2 seat, say aye. All opposed, say no. The yes votes have the majority, and the motion carries. In District 3, the incumbent did not run for re-election, and there are 3 candidates running to fill the seat. Anthony Albright of Prior Lake received 479 votes. Julie Bufano of Montgomery received 463 votes. Elizabeth Liz Krochak of Montgomery received 984 votes. As a result, the new director in District 3 for a 3-year term is Elizabeth Liz Krochak. Congratulations to all. Back to President Lawrence to adjourn tonight's meeting. Thank you.
Liz, congratulations, and we look forward to working with you on the board and serving our members. That completes the business meeting and brings the 86th annual meeting to a close. Do we have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting? And a second? Motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Any opposed, say no. Aye votes have the majority, and the motion carries. so much for attending our 86th annual meeting. We're glad you could spend some time with us tonight to learn more about your cooperative. A recorded copy of the meeting